make an announcement. We will have the question afterwards. And I guess we will have a lot of time because 2 people still missing for the presentation.
Okay. Good morning, one and all present here. My name is Vyoma. I just completed my bachelor's a month ago, and this is a part of my undergraduate thesis. The flow of the presentation is as introduction, literature study, research methodology, data collection, analysis, and conclusion. This is the research concept on which the research is based. That is, it focuses mainly on lean, value, and visual management. So lean basically reduces the waste and it increases the value. Other than that, what is the perception of the value in the current Indian industry? And if we are aware of that, then how the value can be increased? So the research answers that it is visual management. This is the research gap. As I discussed earlier, that lean construction minimizes the waste and increases the value, and it helps to maximize the value. Further, the term value as defined by Kelly is that it is defined as time, cost, and quality. Also has defined that it varies according to the stakeholders and the expectation in the project. So, and even the other authors said that there is a lack of understanding in the term concept of value. So it is very much required to know the perception of value in Indian construction industry. Okay, once we are aware of that, if we want to increase the value, then what are the factors which can help to increase the value? So here the factors are identified and the scope is limited to execution phase, and a lean construction approach is very much acceptable these days in India. So here I have tried to amalgamate value, lean from lean visual management and the factors which are identified. Basically the two research questions are what are the factors in the execution phase that can increase the value, and second is can visual management help to increase the value of the construction project. It is taken as a thesis statement that visual management can increase the value of the project. As a part of literature study, these are the main three area. We come across many terminologies like value analysis, value engineering, value management. These things are taken place at different phase of the project, but ultimately we are trying to increase the value of the project. Secondly, lean construction, it is a special lens that is given to which helps to see. For example, I would like to explain that by giving an example. In the segmental bridge construction, if a segment is constructed on a casting bed and from there it is taken to a stacking place, the time required from lifting the segment from a casting bed to a sticking place is of actually it is a non-value adding thing. So from such things we can see which are the places where the waste is there, and then we can increase the value. Another thing is visual management. It is adopted from the lean theory. It is very important and it has a huge potential. So it is a strategy to you improve the organizational performance. It has many advantages, like it has transparency, it triggers the it has awareness, triggers the participation. So basically 12 tools from visual management are taken. These tools are already proved in the construction industry. They have been used and research was carried out earlier. These tools are 5S, Anden, augmented construction, beam, display boards, collaborative process mapping, that is based on last planner system, color coding, end product samples, Haijunka, Kanban cards, Obeya rooms, and Poke. So these tools I have taken, and with the help of these tools the identified factors and metrics is performed. As a part of research methodology, I have taken research onion as a model which was given by Saunders in 2007. It has 6 layers, and as we penetrate the layers, the research methodology is defined very clearly. The 6 layers are philosophy, approaches, strategies, methodological choices, time horizon, and tools. So as philosophy shows the nature of the research, and here it is on the base of observations taken. So it is subjective, it falls under epistemology. Further, the approach is reduction, and a survey method was used as a strategy. Simple mix method was used as a methodological choice, and as it was part of an undergraduate thesis, the duration was for 6 months. So the data was collected at a snapshot. So as a result, it falls under a cross-sectional time horizon, and the tools like opinionaire, questionnaire, semi-structured personal interview, and a matrix were used. On the basis, the research has basically 3 major objectives. A is to obtain the perception, B is to identify the value increasing factors, the scope is limited to only execution phase, and the third is how those 12 tools are applicable to the identified factors for increasing the value. So what output was obtained, what type of analysis, type of data required, and mode of administration while collecting the data was described. Respondents were different number of respondents were there for all the 3 objectives, and analysis used here for were content analysis, factor analysis, and statistical calculations. As a part of data collection, the second objective required was a survey method, and 52 number of responses were collected across the India from various construction projects. Universe was considered as India. Sampling unit were the individuals on the project. 52 number, and it was a random sampling. 52 was derived on the basis of formula given by Morgan for calculating the sample size. Once the data was collected, reliability of the data was checked, and the results were found satisfying. Further, this is the respondents analysis. These are the cities from where the data was obtained across India. They were rated on a Likert scale. So it is various unit of analysis like education, experience, categories of the project, type of firm, annual turnover, cost of the current project, project procurement type, and payment mechanism. They were considered as unit of analysis. On those basis, it was different ranking was given to the different factors. So then as a part of data analysis for A, content analysis was performed, and the results are obtained where it is very subjective. Time and cost are considered utmost important here in India. It is believed that if efforts are made in right direction, then the value can be improved. Also, the people here are not satisfied with the current practices. They are emphasizing for improvement, and it is a strong belief that the client is responsible for increasing the value of the project, followed by a consultant and a contractor. And not only the process individually or a product, but importance to both process and product is required. This is the belief of the people here. Secondly, the factors, these are the factors. Total 33 number of factors were finalized from opinionaire and later. These factors are cited here. They were taken from literature, and those which are not cited are taken from opinionaire. On the basis of rotated component matrix, there were total 9 groups: administration, work environment, culture, human resource, compliance management, planning, rework, and transparency. So this are the grouping obtained from the factors, and they were divided into 9 groups. Secondly, now linking the second objective and third objective. These is a table that shows these are the 12 tools. They have been coded here, and these are all the factors. This is a applicability matrix. Now for this, for a particular factor, relative grading was done. 0 means it is not applicable, 10 is most applicable. So these here, if all these 12 tools are applied on a project, then maximum it can improve its construction productivity. And if it varies according to the project of cost. Some of the tools are very costly, so for a smaller scale project it won't be easy. So if we want to use only 5 tools, then the major 5 tools which can be applicable to improve all these factors are 5S, BIM, display boards, LP, last planner system, and POKE. Similarly, this is implementation metrics. Same thing, same factors and same tools. But how easy these tools are to implement on the site? Here the answer comes the same. If all of them are applied on the basis of easiness, then it would be construction productivity, and if only 5 tools are applied on the site, then it would be beam, display boards, collaborative process mapping that is based on last planar system, color coding and OBR rooms. This is the proposed solution, and now those 9 groups identified in the second objective, and these are the tools. If only particular area we want to improve on the construction project, for example, if we want to improve the culture, then tools like 5S display board, collaborative process mapping, these are most applicable and easy to implement. Similarly, it goes for all the groups. Conclusion is that yes, visual tools, from the results obtained in the previous tables, it is said that visual tools can be used for the construction project and it can increase the value. So the hypothesis which I have stated earlier, it stands true. Overall, generally the factors would be similar over the globe, but as the data was collected only in India, it is limited to Indian construction industry. Future scope is that implementation framework can be obtained from these, and visual management in pre-construction and post-construction can be explored further. Also, these tools can actually be used on the construction project site, and value can be measured before using the tools and after using the tools. It can as an experimental approach, and these are the references. Thank you.